Good morning, guys. This video is for Tuesday, February 2nd. Today, you guys are going to be listening to the read aloud of Chapter 2 in Percy Jackson and doing the questions. Remember, you do not actually have to read the PDF. You can just listen to the read aloud and then do the questions. The PDF is for if you would like to read along, or if you want to go back and look at that for the answers and the questions. After you've done the Percy Jackson Chapter 2, you are going to be working on the Greek mythology notes again today. So go ahead and open those up. And yesterday you should have completed the KWL chart, but you were only doing the K and the W. So on that KWL chart yesterday, the K was for what you already know about Greek mythology. So you were filling this first section in right here, what you already know about Greek mythology. And then this want to know right here, you were writing what you want to know. What questions do you have about Greek mythology? And you were supposed to try to come up with at least 3 of those. Today, we are going to talk a little bit more about what Greek mythology is. So we are going to be on slides 4, 5, and 6. So slide 4 is talking what mythology is and why people told myths. So a myth is a story of an unknown authorship that people told long ago. So we don't really know who started these stories. They were told by word of mouth. They explain natural occurrences, so why things in nature happen, why things are the way we have, why do we have these natural disasters, or why do people do the things they do. That explains that. So stories that express beliefs of right and wrong and teach morals. So these were made to teach us a lesson. So it also talks about why things happen in nature, but it also teaches us a lesson. And we're going to learn more about that later this week when we read a story that is from the Greek myths. So why do people tell myths? They explain natural phenomena or occurrence, to explain the creation of the world, to teach people moral lessons or lessons in life, so or a theme of a story, to explain some historical events, to explain some ancient religious practices, and to reveal common hopes and fears of mankind. What I want you guys to do now, you are going to click on this link right here to the vocabulary video, and you're going to watch this vocabulary video logging in how you normally would, okay? I am not going to show it this morning on the morning video, because if I do that, once I go to post this to YouTube, sometimes it will do copyright because it thinks I'm trying to steal the video from vocabulary. So right now, as you're watching this morning video, what I want you to do is stop this morning video, okay, just pause it, and then open up these slides if you have not already done so, and click this link and watch the vocabulary video. It takes a couple minutes, okay? Once you are done with that video, we're going to come back and do the slides 5 and 6. Okay, so now that you have watched the vocabulary video, I just want to quickly go over some of the most common Greek gods and goddesses. And you may already know some of these. You may have heard of some of them. We are going to go ahead and give you that information. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. All right, so our first god that we are going to talk about, and most of you have probably already heard of him, is Zeus. So please make sure you are filling these notes in. This is going to be something for you to look back at the end of our unit to study for. So our first god is Zeus. And Zeus is the king of the gods. He is the god of sky, weather, law, order, and fate. So knowing that he is the god of the sky and weather, if you look over here, this would be Zeus. He is known for his lightning bolt. First one is Zeus. Our next one is Poseidon. And you're going to learn that Poseidon is the one of the brothers to Zeus. And he is the god of the sea, rivers, flood and drought, earthquakes, and horses. So if he's the god of the sea, like rivers, oceans, so when you think of Poseidon, you think of water. This is him over here. He's known for his trident. So if you have ever seen the movie The Little Mermaid, King Trident is like a representation of Poseidon. He's the king of underneath the ocean. Our next god that we are going to talk about is Hades. Hades is also a brother of Zeus. So you notice Zeus is the king of the sky, so he's up there, up in the sky. Poseidon is on the water, and Hades is going to be the king of the underworld. So the three brothers are all in different areas. He is the god of death, and he kidnapped Persephone and brought her to the underworld to be his queen. And you are going to learn a little bit more about this actually as we continue reading Percy Jackson. So all three of these gods right here are going to play a big role in Percy Jackson and what we are reading right now. And so these three are brothers. Our next god is going to be Ares. And he is the god of war, battle, civil order, and manly courage. So you can imagine him being this big, tough guy, war, battle, having courage. Hang on, baby.
I went on the wall again.
Good job. Sorry, guys. My son is playing some basketball as I'm making this video during our snow day today. All right, and then the last god that we are going to talk about today is Apollo. And Apollo is a son of Zeus, and we are going to learn and that these gods have lots of children, lots and lots of children. And his mom is Leto. He's the god of music, healing, medicine, and light. He's the twin brother to Artemis. And he drives his chariot to move the sun across the sky. So as you can tell, even right here talking about Artemis, there are way more than just 5 gods, okay? But these are some of the 5 that I want you to know that are really going to help with Percy Jackson as well. So we've got Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, who are the brothers. And then we've got Ares, who's the god of war. And then we've got Apollo, who is one of Zeus's children. Okay. So if you need to at this time, you can stop this video and use these notes, okay? If you're having trouble typing these, again, kind of maybe go back and listen to what I am saying. Hopefully you are able to see them. If not, you might have to zoom in on the video, okay? Next, we are going to talk about some of the Greek goddesses, okay? So they are just like gods, however, they are the females. Okay, and again, there are way more than 5, but we are going to talk about 5 that I think are important and will help with Percy Jackson. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So now let's undo this. Okay, so our first goddess is Hera. And she is our queen of the gods. So Zeus was our king, Hera is our queen, and she is the goddess of women and marriage. So she's the goddess of women and marriage, and she's also the queen of the gods. Our next one is going to be Demeter. And she is our goddess of agriculture, which means like farming, grain, and bread. So you can probably see her right there holding the food. So she is the one who is helping with food grow and bread and grains. Our next goddess is Athena. She is the goddess of wise counsel, war, the defense of towns, heroic endeavor, weaving, pottery, and other crafts. So she has a lot going on. So she is kind of like the female version from the last one we talked about, Ares, the god of war and battle. She's the goddess of war and defense, but she also has some talents. She does pottery, weaving, and all kinds of crafts. Our next goddess is going to be Artemis. She is the goddess of hunting, wilderness, and wild animals. She is the goddess of childbirth. I'm spelling goddess wrong every time I type it. I apologize. She is the goddess of child and protector of girls. So she kind of looks over the younger girls. And she has a twin brother, Apollo. So Artemis and Apollo are twins. So if you remember back here, talk about Apollo, he was a son of Zeus and Leto. So she is also a child of Zeus. And then the last one we are going to talk about is Aphrodite. And she is the goddess of love, beauty, and pleasure. So again, there are many more Greek gods and goddesses. Actually, at the end of our unit, you guys are going to get to pick one maybe that we haven't talked about as much, and you are going to get to do a little research and share that with the class. So I am going to try to zoom this in a little bit so that you guys can see it. So if you are needing to, you can pause this video and look at these notes. Remember, we've got Hera, Demeter, Athena, Artemis, and Aphrodite for our goddesses. And if you're having trouble typing those notes, go ahead and pause this right here. And if you need to go back, we've got our Greek gods, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Ares, and Apollo. And you can stop this video right here to get those notes taken out down. So please make sure you have these notes. Again, this is going to help you at the end of our unit when we have a little mythology test. Maybe you're going to be reading some myths, and I'm going to ask you to know these 10 Greek gods and goddesses. These are the main ones we are focusing on, okay? So once you have typed these notes in, you are done with these slides. I know we did not fill in the L section of the KWL chart. That is okay. You are going to go ahead and turn this in. So this is due by the end of the day, Tuesday night at latest. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to comment on this assignment or send me an email. Have a great rest of the day, guys.